Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. It is the 10th of September in the year 2025, but that's all up for debate. We don't know if that's true or not. And strangely enough, I had to do this live stream because of something completely different, and things have escalated since then, as you can have seen or you're well aware, because it's everywhere. One heck of a distraction to get people from looking away from Epstein. We're never, ever, ever going to see the Epstein justice. No one's ever going to be taken down, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? I'm Italian and Polish. It's pretty easy. Oh, you, my friend. You're the one that put my grandmother's obituary in one of your videos? Yeah. I'm glad you just popped up. Sacramento. See you soon, jerk off. Hey, Mods, get him out of here, will you? See you soon, brother. You asked for it. At any rate, it happened, Susie Q. Same to you, man. Matic 23. I don't know what that means, but that's okay. What is up? Repeat. It's my brother Petey, Skinny Petey, Fat Petey, Little Petey, Repeaty. Yeah. Back at you, man. Right back at you, bro. So this is a crazy thing that's going on right now. And between the Ukrainian girl from Ukraine, who's been found all over the internet, strictly and almost exclusively wearing large butterfly shirts. Girls like butterflies, okay? But I mean, the Monarch Pro, I don't know whether any of this is real whatsoever at all. I mean, a dude literally stabbed somebody in front of a camera with people sitting right next to them. No big deal, walking around bleeding, so forth and so on. He's been in the can I don't know how many times. And then this happening today, this dude getting his life taken. What it appears. I know a lot of people don't think it's real, but I'll tell you what, I've watched it a bunch of times. It's pretty straightforward. This ain't the Trump ketchup, my ear. This was pretty severe. This was pretty brutal. So here it is. And the guy on the ground is not the shooter, according to FBI agents, but we don't know about that. But I'll tell you what, that right there, that's what it looks like. That's just what it looks like. And then they've also got, there's tons of footage running around of a dude laying on the roof, prone. Definitely a professional, without a doubt. But here's the deal. To be honest, I knew who Charlie Kirk was because of some of the videos, and I kept thinking, it's great. It's great. The guy gets huge numbers, but it's doing nothing. It's simply entertainment. Didn't do anything. Nothing changed. Nothing will change. But these two events have successfully taken all the light off of Trump. This is perfect. And then what does it do? Crime. We've got people stabbing people on camera on the subways. We've got people shooting people that were just at the White House. The flags are at half-mast till Sunday for some internet dude. The flags of the United States of America are at half-mast from now until then for some internet dude, even though tomorrow is September 11th. So this dude's death overpowers the fact that tomorrow is the 24th year of September 11th. Do you see what I mean? In a real world with a real government, real authorities, and a real left and a real right, this wouldn't happen. This is crazy, man. But here we are. But is it not entertaining? Are people not entertained? Is everybody focused on this? Can you go on Twitter or Facebook and not see this dude's face now? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. But this is going down. I was making this video because when I woke up this morning in this, look at the room. Can you see the ceiling? No offense to the guy that gave me the room, but I mean, this reminds me of jail, but it's got a good internet connection. So I'm not complaining. I just find it funny, Yes, it is American. This is absolutely 𝗦𝗲𝗱𝗁𝗃𝗁. Really? 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 Okay, cool. That's cool. But then what are you doing here, dude? Then what are you doing here? We're not the government. We're not the ones that sent the troops. Do you see what I'm saying? We're the ones that are trying to tell everybody, never mind. You know what? I shouldn't look at the comments, but I try to look at the comments because, what are you going to do? Maybe a ritual sacrifice. Maybe. But how about this? Instead of trying to figure out, is the black pope or the white pope or the red pope or the blue pope really in charge? Just look at what's right in front of us because it's happening right now. There's no more clues. This ain't 10 years ago where we can look at people holding their hands a certain way and go, look, they're making a signal. They rap about it. They make music about it. They know about it. We're on social media, man. Everybody knows everything about everyone at all times. So trying to figure out if it was, take it for what it is and what the quid pro quo will be. White girl stabbed by black guy on camera with people around on a subway in the United States. Next thing you know, guy's in Utah. Utah is a very gun-friendly area. He's a conservative, and one of his followers or an angry left-hand, this all gives the government what they want. More troops on the ground, period. The president already started doing it. This is more reason to do so. It also takes all eyes off the Epstein list. I cannot believe somebody is texting me. He's lucky. Yeah, great. Everybody text me right as I go live. Truth is stranger than fiction. Marv from Oregon. He's lucky I found a Bigfoot nest on his thing. And he's in Oregon. He's old and he doesn't know I'm live streaming right now. Who benefits? Not us. Not us whatsoever at all. I wanted to remind everybody about this, okay? Because this guy lost his life for real, trying to do the right thing. And then Alex Jones and pals swept in afterwards and tried to hijack it. I ain't falling for that. You shouldn't either. But remember this, because we're going to be living it very, very soon.
Sit right
Transaction approved.
No, they're here already.
Tommy.
Since last night's declaration of martial law, soldiers are moving into secure key areas.
Response to UN presence in Minneapolis.
The Second American Revolution may not be remembered. That's a bold statement way back then, because that was 10, 11, 12 years ago. Sadly, memory fails me right now, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? But He lost his life for that. Crazy. He lost it. I mean, it's just absolutely crazy. Stand by, because people just have to keep stand by. All right. Because now I have to. There you go. Let me just text you paragraphs. Let me text you 6, 7. If I text somebody, I wait for an answer. I don't just text and text and text and text and text. You know what I mean? Especially seeing how you can see what it does. It pisses me off to no end. But I'm already pissed off today because this is just crazy. 2012. Thank you, dude. Yeah. I'm not going to start praising Charlie Kirk. All right, I'm not going to praise him at all. This dude, how educated and snarky and smart can you be where you go debate everybody and you still don't see the left-right paradigm? I mean, are you shitting me, dude? That's why I don't give credit to any of these people and believe they're all in it somehow, one way or the other. Did he get clipped? Absolutely. Useful idiot. That's all. They took him out because they needed to get eyes off Epstein. You know what I'm saying? Listen to this, okay? This is gonna be heavy today. I spent all day editing videos that no one will ever watch for Jailbreak, but I have to. It's the only therapy that I have, basically. Listen to this, man. Good old Dan Dix up in Canada. I'm not sharing this properly because I'm getting agitated. Sorry.
So you said something in your body did what?
Nah, the material, put it like this, the material using my body to stab the lady.
And so she just got stabbed.
Yeah. You know that's not me. I'm talking about just for no reason. But since they did that, now they got to investigate the material my body is exposed to. Since they want to do all that, now they got to investigate.
It's funny because she's from the Ukraine. She's from Russia, and you know they got a war. They had a war going on against the United States. So I'm just trying to understand, out of all people, why her?
That's hey, it ain't. I don't have nothing. They just lashed out on her. That's what happened. They lashed out on her. Whoever was working the material, whoever was working the material, they lashed out on her.
Well, here's a part that a lot of people may be missing in regards to this. In case you guys didn't know, in January, Brown was arrested and charged with the misuse of 911 after a police welfare check, the Charlotte Observer reported. During that incident, officers said that he bizarrely claimed a man-made material inside his body was controlling him as he ate and as he walked and talked, according to an affidavit cited by the outlet. A Daily Mail review of the police records found that he was charged with misusing 911 as recently as January, when he told cops he believed that someone had given him a man-made material that controlled his actions.
So that right there is a very interesting wrinkle because I didn't know about that. Dan Dix uncovered that, and I find that to be very interesting because you know what? That ain't too far off base. You know this dude. This dude's been in and out of jail 17 times. You know without a shadow of a doubt, he's gotten plenty of vaccines and boosters because they all did. That's what they do, period. Who knows how many of these Manchurian candidates are going to start popping up here, there, and everywhere? Because a Manchurian candidate isn't just an old movie or a newer remake of a movie or a fun thing to say. It's a real thing. Russ Disdale talked about this stuff all the time, man, all the time. And this is perfect. This is perfect. Or who knows? Is it a psyop? Who knows? You can't prove it. What quacking? Take it for face value and think about what it's going to cause to happen next. More troops on the ground. Period. The exact thing that I was mentioning that they were going. That's what the goal is. Trump is going to bring in martial law because he has to. He absolutely has to. They have completely decimated the United States, and people still somehow think that words and politicians and tariffs and Supreme Court and reform and petitions are going to stop anything. Nothing stops. Every single solitary day, our national debt just continues to go up. And the numbers are staggering on paper. And those aren't even the real numbers by a lot. It's about 25. It's about, I don't know. It's like 20%. So our national debt's like $150 trillion. That's not repayable. We don't have $150 trillion worth of stuff in America. You can take everybody's grills. You can take their gold chains. You can take their Bugattis. You still ain't covering that tab. You see what I'm saying? And secretly, quietly, and not too quietly, they're selling off the entire United States, national parks, all the places that I go where people aren't out in the middle of nowhere. This land is your land. This land is my land. This land is China's land. This land is Palantir's land. This land belongs to them. They stole everything. That's all these people are. It's organized crime on a grand scale with a much better military and a much better police force than the mafia ever had. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? You catching that? Yeah. Gone, Kelly Green. Gone. I totally agree. That's awesome. You just saw that Charlie Kirk died? You did? Well, he died several hours ago. At any rate, whatever. At any rate. All right. Let's take a peek at this right quick, because this will probably explain a lot. People don't seem to understand the absolute power that this has over people, but holy mackerel, this ain't good. Every single solitary day in America, this thing is just cranking right along. How do I do just the screen? That ain't it. Take that down. Every single solitary day, this thing is just pumping and pumping. And don't forget, Trump wants to take this down because this is stupid. Nobody needs this wacky little map. Did you just see are you seeing this giant circle showing up over California that I've never seen before? I'm watching the lasers, and then watch, all of a sudden it just goes, like that, and then giant blotting out or whatever over here. It's College of DuPage. Did you just see that? What just happened, dude? It just did it again. Stand by. I was trying to share the link and I lost it. Watch this. Watch California. I've never seen that. If anybody else has seen it, leave it in the comments. But I've never seen this before, and I watch this map every day. It's like television for me. It's interesting. Watch California. Boom. What was that? And the laser goes from orange to yellow. Nothing to see here. That's probably nothing. That's probably Trump spraying vitamins in chemtrails. Do you remember that? Do you remember that, 𝗦𝗵𝗿𝗍? Do you remember back when Trump got put in office the first time around? Do you remember that people were literally sharing the links and Donald Trump is putting vitamins in chemtrails, and they really believed it. And these people were in our circles where you would imagine that they were somewhat awake. You know what I'm saying? Like we are fighting such an uphill battle that we're probably on the other side and just don't know it. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Sky vitamins. Exactly. You guys are on it. Hey, Melanie, if you don't know what you're talking about, don't spread it otherwhere. Okay. Yeah. How about this? You want it? There you go. No, it isn't. No, it isn't at all. But at any rate, if it makes you feel good, and if that has something to do with what's going on right now, have at it. But whatever. Hello, Angela. What's up, Scooter? Yeah, soon enough. Endure to the end. Remember that? Oh, wait a minute. Who's this fella? Mod, you might want to keep your eye on this young guy, just based on his label. Don't blame Trump. What are you, high, dude? Don't blame Trump. Trump could have got up there one time, if he had anything in him for humanity at all, if he gave one single flying F about people, he could just walk in there and say the truth. They'd put one through him, but so what? If I could do it, I would do it. Because I don't give a shit. What's my life worth right now? Who cares? And you're the ultimate sacrifice. You're a martyr. You're good to go. you got the golden ticket to the big Willy Wonka factory in the sky. You know what I'm saying? If Trump was legit, he could put it out there, and he never has, and none of them ever have. Ever. They'll dance around it, but they never actually nail it down. Remember what they did? Remember what they did this time when we were at band camp?
On the morning of September 11th, 2001, 19 men armed with box cutters, directed by a man on dialysis in a cave fortress halfway around the world using a satellite phone and a laptop, directed the most sophisticated penetration of the most heavily defended airspace in the world, overpowering the passengers and the military combat-trained pilots on 4 commercial aircraft before flying those planes wildly off course for over an hour without being molested by a single fighter interceptor. These 19 hijackers, devout religious fundamentalists who like to drink alcohol, snort cocaine, and live with pink-haired strippers, managed to knock down 3 buildings with 2 planes in New York, while in Washington, a pilot who couldn't handle a single-engine Cessna was able to fly a 757 in an 8,000-foot descending 270-degree corkscrew turn to come exactly level with the ground, hitting the Pentagon and the Budget Analyst Office, where DoD staffers were working on the mystery of the $2.3 trillion that Defense Secretary Donald Rumsfeld had announced missing from the Pentagon's coffers in a press conference the day before, on September 10th, 2001. Luckily, the news anchors knew who did it within minutes.
Osama bin Laden.
The pundits knew within hours.
Osama bin Laden.
The administration knew within the day.
Terrorists who committed these acts and those who harbored them.
And the evidence literally fell into the FBI's lap.
That a hijacker's passport was found blocks from the World Trade Center crash site, if you can believe that.
But for some reason, a bunch of crazy conspiracy theorists demanded an investigation into the greatest attack on American soil in history. That investigation was delayed, underfunded, set up to fail, a conflict of interest, and a cover-up from start to finish. It was based on testimony extracted through torture, the records of which were destroyed. It failed to mention the existence of WTC-7, Able Danger, P-TECH, Sibel Edmonds, OBL and the CIA, and the drills of hijacked aircraft being flown into buildings that were being simulated at the precise same time that those events were actually happening. It was lied to by the Pentagon, the CIA, the Bush administration, and as for Bush and Cheney, well, no one knows what they told it because they testified in secret, off the record, not under oath, and behind closed doors. It didn't bother to look at who funded the attacks because that question is ultimately of little practical significance. Still, the 9/11 Commission did brilliantly, answering all of the questions the public had, except most of the victims' family members' questions, and pinned blame on all the people responsible, although no one so much as lost their job, determining the attacks were
failure of imagination.
Because
Nobody in our government, at least, and I don't think the prior government that could envision flying airplanes into buildings.
Except the Pentagon, FEMA, NORAD, and the NRO. The DIA destroyed 2.5 terabytes of data on Able Danger, but that's okay because it probably wasn't important. The SEC destroyed their records on the investigation into the insider trading before the attacks, but that's okay because destroying the records of the largest investigation in SEC history is just part of routine record keeping. NIST has classified the data that they used for their model of WTC-7's collapse, but that's okay because knowing how they made their model of the collapse would jeopardize public safety. The FBI has argued that all material related to their investigation of 9/11 should be kept secret from the public, but that's okay because the FBI probably has nothing to hide. This man never existed, nor is anything he had to say worthy of your attention, and if you say otherwise, you are a paranoid conspiracy theorist and deserve to be shunned by all of humanity. Likewise him, and her, and her, and her, and him. Osama bin Laden lived in a cave fortress in the hills of Afghanistan, but somehow got away. Then he was hiding out in Tora Bora, but somehow got away. Then he lived in Abbottabad for years, taunting the most comprehensive intelligence dragnet, employing the most sophisticated technology in the history of the world for a decade, releasing video after video with complete impunity and getting younger and younger as he did so, before finally being found in a daring SEAL team raid which wasn't recorded on video, in which he didn't resist or use his wife as a human shield, and in which these crack special forces operatives panicked and killed this unarmed man, supposedly the best source of intelligence about those dastardly terrorists on the entire planet. Then they dumped his body in the ocean before telling anyone about it. Then a couple dozen of that team's members died in a helicopter crash in Afghanistan. This is the story of 9/11, brought to you by the media which told you the hard truths about
his head could be seen to move violently forward.
And
they took the babies out of the incubators.
And
mobile production facilities.
And
the rescue of Jessica Lynch.
If you have any questions about this story, you are a batshit paranoid tinfoil dog abusing baby hater and will be reviled by everyone. If you love your country and or freedom, happiness, rainbows, rock and roll, puppy dogs, apple pie, and your grandma, you will never ever express doubts about any part of this story to anyone. Ever.
That is absolutely phenomenal, man. That is phenomenal. James Corbett is definitely an OG, without a doubt. Without a doubt. I wish he would do an updated version. Actually, I wish he didn't have to do an updated version. But it's where we live. Everyone has a cell phone. Only one video of Kirk being shot. Well, Robert Smithers, I love this. I love this. Instead of taking the information presented to us, let's go in other directions so that we can still avoid what's going to come right at us because of this. First of all, I saw the video. The dude got shot, okay? Whether it was him or not, it sure did look like him getting shot. Everybody turned and ran because that's what people do. Unlike when President Trump got shot in the ear, everybody stood there. Everybody stood there and looked closer and they stood around. Well, multiple shots were being fired. That's what one shot, one kill looks like. That was pretty dang legit, okay? This ain't a video game. This was apparently real life. But who knows? Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But it's funny. Everyone's going to go in every other direction. These two events, okay? Two back-to-back events. A black guy stabbing a white girl from Ukraine, which is odd, who's always wearing butterflies, which is odd, is only going to do one thing. It's going to give them the race war that doesn't exist, that they have desperately wanted for as long as I've been doing YouTube. That's all they want, is for white people to actually stand up and get mad instead of just leaving comments or doing videos on whatever or leaving or memeing. You know what I'm saying? They want them to do something. People get pissed off when the government does things wrong in every other country except our country. It's amazing. We'll protest. Oh, we're so angry. We're going to shoot fireworks. Shoot fireworks at guys that have 3 switches on their weapon. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make whatever, man. Whatever. The comments are kind of bumming me out here, man. They really are. I'd rather wear a tinfoil hat than wear a blindfold. That's going to be a shirt. You just made it. Whoever you were, I'm sorry because I forget. Somebody just said, I see what's happening. Expect it won't be here and there. It won't be in high crime areas. It will be everywhere. And wackily enough, as of today, somehow, come on, man. Seriously? This is freaking me out. This is really freaking me out. I'm not a conspiracy theorist per se, but I've pulled up 3 times. I have pulled up the link and put it up here with all the other links that I have that shows that Larry Ellison just surpassed Elon Musk as the richest man on earth right now. That's really bad. Elon Musk served his purpose. Nobody likes him anymore. So now he's not getting, just like Bill Gates. Everybody hated him. So they put Tony Stark in there. They put Elon. He's amazing. He invented electric cars. He invented this. He invented that. Elon Musk invented the wiffle ball bat. He didn't invent anything, dude. They just put him, he's an actor. They put him in place and it's not working anymore. So now they're putting Larry Ellison in place. We have all the worst psychopaths in the world out in the open now. People no one was even talking about 2 years ago. People that have been lurking in the background and building. Ever since 9/11, I told you this, I think 2 nights ago, 9/11, they tried to do a total information. We got attacked by 12 dudes from Saudi Arabia. That was the story. So quickly, we went to Afghanistan. And then quickly, we went to Iraq. We never stopped by Saudi Arabia and showed them any love, remember? Even though allegedly all the guys were from Saudi Arabia. But that was all nonsense. Do you guys remember when the reporter showed up at the Pentagon and they had to cut his feed? Because he's like, well, I'm here and I don't see a single crumb of an airplane. Lost his feed. Just like the woman that said, Building 7 collapsed. And it was standing right behind her. Lost her feed. Remember the people that were standing there on 9/11 that were like, there was no airplane at all. We were standing right here. It's bombs. It's bombs. Remember the fighter fighters? It's bombs. They blew that building up. Do you remember the news showing the airplane literally coming through the Twin Towers? and the fiberglass radar nose of the 747 was sticking out the other side unscathed. It's impossible. And then it went away. Yeah, these boys, they wanted to do total surveillance on not 12 guys in Saudi Arabia or Afghanistan or Iraq, America. And like I told you, Congress shot it down. So what they did instead was they sold it, the contract to do total surveillance to Palantir. And they've been doing it ever since. So that's what voting did. It didn't stop anything. These guys have an agenda, and they are ramping it up so much. It's insane. Look at, if you got nothing better to do, if you have no live streams to comment in, go to the beginning of 2025 and look up every single solitary event that's occurred. It's mind-numbing, dude. I tried doing it, but I can't finish it because then I get distracted. I go off in all different directions. It's been nonstop, never-ending, every single solitary day. Every day an event's occurred that pushes their agenda forward and takes the country away from us. At any moment, I'm imagining they could pull the switch. At any moment, they're ready. They're ready to go because they're forcing it now. But they want us to kill us because that's how these folks are. You can pretty much tell just by looking at them. Should the human race survive? Should the human race survive? Well, smartest, most brilliant people on earth in charge of everything. Should the human race survive? Well, yeah, but instantly, if I ask anybody, should the human race survive? They'll always go, yes. And then they might go, except for those, I don't know, illegals, except, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I don't think that. I don't care, man. I don't care necessarily. I care when the country's being flooded with illegals and I discover that the government's actually facilitating this flood, because then it makes me think, why? Well, it's for voting, Rich. Shut the fuck. Voting. How stupid. I mean, seriously, how stupid can you possibly? It's for voting. Voting isn't real. It's an illusion. It's not real, okay? It's all computerized. These guys have computers that'll blow away the voting machine computers all day, every day. And they've actually gone in front of Senate 10 years ago and told us that. You know what I'm saying? My ear's still blocked up. Here's a tip. Please don't leave your medicinal recommendations in the comments, because believe it or not, as much as I love you guys, for the most part, as much as I'm capable of loving another human, I'm never taking medical advice from a stranger in the comments. Just saying. I'm doing what needs to be done. It just ain't going. I think I might have damaged my eardrum with a Q-tip. I don't know. It's just obnoxious. That's all. I've been married. I can handle it. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Well, here's the fun thing. When voting was invented, there weren't any billionaires. Now, everybody's a billionaire, verging on trillionaires. I mean, it's insane. When you're stealing all the money from the people, and then you're stealing their money, and then you're still making them pay taxes and fees and absorbent prices and taking things away, and they're still willingly doing it. We can't stand up until everybody stands up, and everybody ain't ever going to stand up, and half the people that say they're going to stand up ain't going to stand up at all. How do I know that? Because I'm a stand-up guy. I will stand up any day of the week. I'm fucking stupid like that. I apologize for your ears, but I only heard half of that swear because my ears clogged up. But my track record proves it. I stand up for people that can't stand up for themselves. And it blows me away how far we're getting right now. And people are like, well, what do we do? I can't see anything. Everything's blurry right now. I was doing that to be dramatic. What do we do? I've spent the last 15 years showing you what to do. I'm sorry it didn't come quick enough, but guess what? It's at the door right now. It's at the door any day. Tomorrow. Could be tomorrow. Who knows? It's their favorite time. 24 years. I don't know what the magical numerology is to all that, but it's coming, man. It's coming quick. It freaks me out. I have every single solitary link up here twice. I put it up and I'm like, where the hell did that Larry Ellison thing go where he's suddenly the richest guy on earth? He's the guy that's saying everybody's going to be watching everybody and everybody be on their best behavior because we'll all be watching. Skynet. Here we go. Here's what happens in other countries, man. Because they're doing this all over the world. It isn't just us. People think, well, you can go to another country. New World Order. Round, flat, oblique. It doesn't matter what the shape is. The New World Order. Did you see that? Yeah, and it keeps every time I save it. Try this on your computer, dude. Save it on your computer and then go back to pull it up like you would with any other link. It keeps disappearing. It's freaking me out. But maybe using the word Palantir, Ellison, so forth and so on isn't going to be the lucky prosperity, long life link that we all thought it could be. So there's that. But here's what's happening every place. You probably already saw this because this is what prompted me to actually do a live stream today because I got other things to do, but this is crazy. These people burned Nepal down after the prime minister told them no social media of any kind whatsoever at all. None of it. Instagram, none of it. And they're like, Gen Zers are out in the street throwing things. Of course they are. They're addicted to it exactly like a drug because that's what it is. Social media and video games were designed to be drugs.
Protesters in Nepal have set fire to its parliamentary building after the Prime Minister resigned over anti-corruption disputes. 22 people have been killed in the unrest that's taking place in the country, which saw government buildings set ablaze in Kathmandu. Protests were sparked by a social media ban, which has now been reversed by the government. Nepal's army claim it's committed to taking control of the situation.
Yeah, it got ugly over there really quick. Really, really quick. But they're going to keep trying. They're testing. They're like little kids or puppies, to put it nicely, I guess. I don't know. Exactly. Because they got crazy over there really, really quick. Really, really quick. Joe, you ain't alone, brother. It's amazing to me how many grown men right now are on the internet making millions of dollars, keeping children as their subscribers while they video game all day long. Dude, I wasn't even awake. This was back in the 90s. I had the PlayStation 2, maybe. And I noticed, I've said this before, I noticed that I was sitting down to play a game, and next thing I know, the whole day was gone. The whole day was gone. It was that easy because it's addictive. We're humans. We need to see what's coming next, and that's exactly what video games provide. And now, warning, this cartoon may cause seizures because of bright colors and flashing things and so forth and so on. That's all by design. I've got the studies for it. Everyone's got the studies for it, the patents for it. They've been doing this since the day I was born. And dude, I'm old. You know what I'm saying? It's a total, complete trip. It is a drug. You turn off social media and people will lose their minds like you took away heroin. It's insane, man. It's absolutely insane. But they're doing this. And they're doing this. And they're doing this. And they're doing this. Ohio's proposing a bill that would give utility companies control of customers' thermostats. And if you don't give them control, because it's completely voluntary, well, then your bill goes up. I mean, this is what your government is. Your government is supposed to prevent corporations from effing you in your A, okay? The government's supposed to keep utilities, corporations, insurance companies from sticking a broomstick with a pineapple on it in a place you would probably prefer a broomstick and a pineapple wasn't. But our government has been bought out. It isn't the first time. I did a video a couple times on 𝗦𝗵𝗿𝗶𝗍𝒻𝗿, General 𝗦𝗵𝗿𝗶𝗍𝒍𝒻𝗿, the best U.S. Marine that we ever had. These guys tried to do this. Everybody's grandfather tried to do this back in the day. And 𝗦𝗵𝗿𝗶𝗍𝒍𝒻𝗿 went to the government and said, dude, corporations are trying to raise an army to overthrow the government so they can do exactly what they're doing right now. 𝗦𝗵𝗿𝗶𝗍𝒻𝗿 will be rolling in his grave, even though his first name is really comical. To me, it is, at least.
Ohio lawmaker is proposing an idea that might be a point of contention in many households. But he says the plan could lower your bill and maybe put more money in your pocket. 19's Stephen Hernandez has the story.
This summer, we're super hot and no AC, no nothing. All we could work with was fans. Super frustrating.
You can ask almost anyone in Lakewood about power outages, and they'll tell you all about it and how difficult it is to deal with them. But would you be willing to give up control of your thermostat to improve your power grid?
I mean, if it's voluntary, I don't mind it. That seems like an okay idea.
They can't let a private company do that.
It's a question Ohio Representative 𝗦𝗵𝗿𝗍𝒻𝗿 brings forward through House Bill 427. If approved, it would set up a voluntary system where utility companies can step in and make some utility adjustments.
They give them the ability to manage peak demand. And peak demand is where we have blackouts and where.
Should we all take note of State Representative Roy's last name? It's Klopfenstein. I am shocked at that development.
Bad things happen if they can't manage that really hot day or that really cold day.
Managing blackouts is at the top of 𝗦𝗲𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗻 mind.
I just don't want to have power outages. So if that works, then it works.
According to a statement released by the Ohio House web.
Take note what the shape of the power line supports are all over the United States. Now, bear in mind, anybody that's an electrician or anyone that's ever built anything, that is not the best design right there. But they're all shaped like a Baphomet. Isn't that queer?
Website customers would have the ability to opt out, and utility companies would have the ability to pay customers back for participating. But even so, it's still one step too far for Mary Sweeney.
Nope, they can't do any of that. Nope, that's why you own your own property. That's the kind of the foundation of the United States.
The bill still has a long way to go before it can become law. It was recently introduced in the House of Representatives and has yet to be assigned to a committee before it could even come up to a vote. It's an idea Troca will start to follow closely.
Just making sure that it's voluntary, making sure that it's a bought-in program.
In Lakewood, Stephen Hernandez, 19 News.
Here they go. Here they go. So, the rolling blackouts, you need to turn your heat down or your air conditioning down, or just let us do it. We'll do it for you, because we're probably going to do it and probably have been doing it anyway. We're all the idiots that got those Nest thermostats. I was a plumber for 20 years, dude. I would never put one of those things in somebody's house. There was nothing wrong with the old-fashioned thermostat. It works like a champ, works like a charm. Set it and forget it. You don't need any electronic stuff in the house that's monitoring you. Talking, you leave the house and your thermostat starts talking to your Samsung TV. Hey, did you record any good porn last night? Well, yeah, they had the television right in front of what they were doing. I've been recording it. And the best part is we told them we were recording them. And then our television became the most best-selling television on earth, Samsung. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable that we live in this world right now. But here we are. This is happening. They're making moves right now. The quid pro quo troops on the ground, period. That's all it's going to be. That's all this is for. But they also want whites against blacks. I ain't down for that. I ain't down for that whatsoever at all. I got no issue with anybody unless they're an asshole. I have a problem with an asshole because assholes don't get along with other assholes. And if you've ever been out lately, we're surrounded by assholes. You know what I'm saying? Well, if it's voluntary, I'll let them pass that law. Yeah, don't do that, homie. How come the data centers don't have to turn down their heat? They're actually doing quite the opposite. They're building monstrous data centers, 4,100, probably 4,200 by today. I'm not sure yet, but they're building them in places that are terrible. You should build data centers in Alaska because it's already chilly there. You see what I mean? These things need to be kept cold. So they're building them in the middle of Nevada, Arizona, Texas, and then they're taking all the utilities away. And first of all, you're not going to get your water correctly, but you're going to pay for it. You're not going to get your electricity correctly, but you're going to pay for it. We're paying to make Larry Ellison richer, to make Peter Thiel richer. We're paying for them to build the system that's going to kill us, according to them. Clown world. You know what I'm saying? But understand, this is real. This is without a doubt absolutely real. If Jesus was going to come down and just scoop us all up before everything gets really bad, there wouldn't be a book of Revelations. Do you see what I'm saying? Does that make sense? You're catching that? He wouldn't say endure to the end. He wouldn't say that. Okay? Period. And do you really think that you're among the saints where Jesus would say, you know what? Richie from Boston's lived his life. Come on, man. Seriously. Whatever. Listen to this. So we got one country that effed around and found out by trying to take away everything at one whack. They should have did it slowly like they do everything else, but I guess they thought they could get away with it. But listen to this. Again, Press for Truth, Dan Dix. Dan Dix stays busy.
the Lindsay, Ontario man who was charged with assault for defending himself against a home invasion?
Kawartha Lakes police were called for an altercation at an apartment. They learned that a man had woken up to find another man inside his home. During a fight, the intruder suffered serious, life-threatening injuries. The homeowner, a 44-year-old, was charged with aggravated assault and assault with a weapon.
Well, now police in Toronto have a new suggestion for what you should do if you encounter a similar situation.
In the unlikely event that you find yourself the victim of a home invasion, we are urging citizens not to take matters into their own hands. We urge you to call 911 and do everything you can to keep yourself and loved ones safe until police arrive, and be the best witness possible. Best defense for most people is to comply.
That's right, folks. According to them, your best bet is just to comply with the criminal and let him have his way. In fact, that's not even enough. Here's how they really hope it would go down if someone invades your home.
Thank you so much for choosing my house to rob today. There's so many options. It's a privilege for you to be here. I've got a selection of drinks for you to choose from. Great choice, Fancy Perrier. I like it. I've got a few things laid out. Got a 50-inch 4K for you. Got a MacBook Air. And I even have a pair of earrings from Peoples gifted to my daughter for her baptism. Really, who needs it more, you or her? Am I right?
What's parody today could soon be a reality tomorrow. I mean, what are they going to suggest next? That if they want your car as well, then you should just leave your keys out for them? Oh, wait.
To prevent the possibility of being attacked in your home, leave your fobs at your front door. Because they're breaking into your home to steal your car.
Here you go, guys. Go ahead and take it. It's on me. That's right, guys. They are saying don't.
I can't even believe that this is real, but it is. The cops are telling you dude breaks into somebody's house, apparently in Canada, and he gets his ass put down. You break it in my house, if I had a wife and kids, I can't even imagine how bad of a day it would be. Unless you catch me slipping. If you do, you do. But chances are you won't. The dude puts the guy down, doesn't kill him necessarily. He goes to jail. Are you shitting me? You're not allowed to protect. Who are you to tell me how to protect me and my family in my house? Do you see what I'm saying? But we've already crossed that Rubicon. We're on the other side now. It's too late. Now they're saying, oh, just leave your keys right at the front door. That way they can just break in your front door, steal your keys, and be on their way. It'll be much better. That is absolutely laughable. And I'm telling you, they realized 10, 12 years ago that they got us. They tricked us with JFK, Sandy Hook. I'm going to miss a bunch. 9/11. The majority went for it completely, hook, line, and sinker. And they're sitting there going, are you shitting me? We didn't even use airplanes. Are you kidding me? Those kids at Sandy Hook, we had one of them die twice. It was all over the media. We had those 12 same kids show up at the Super Bowl to sing and dance, and they fell for it. So now they're just having fun with it. That's why transgenderism, you know what I mean? Oh, no, the doctor recommends that you take puberty blockers at 5 because God doesn't know what he's doing when he creates a human life. God doesn't know what he's doing when he creates a human life. So listen to the doctors, because they'll tell you what's up. Even though baby powder causes cancer, aspirin can give you AIDS, tampons are literally like sticking a grenade. It is just so toxic and horrible what's on a tampon, because you know why? There's no regulation of any type at all. Go down that rabbit hole. Look up a kid named Ian Carroll. He's a weirdo. He's got the 2 camera things going, and he's got like an Elvis haircut, but he's on it. He seems to really enjoy tampons and their proprietary makeup. I don't know. It's not my cup of tea, so that's kind of gross, isn't it? At any rate. Yeah, toxic shock. That's one of them. But yeah, I mean, they've gotten us every which way. I think they're just having fun with it now, where the cops are telling you, call us. Let the guy beat you up and then call us. That's impossible. When there's an event, you deal with it. You don't get your ass whooped because you're afraid to go to jail and then call the cops afterwards, and they come by and they what? Inconvenience you after the fact. That's all that's going to happen, period. It's unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable. But things are happening right now all across the country. I could sit here and live stream for 100 years and never, ever find something that wouldn't stop. But here's something that they're pushing. I can't stand this dude. I told you this 15 years ago. I'll tell you now. I can't stand this dude. Can you believe it? I don't like somebody. I know. We'll pause the live stream. Go have a small cup of tea. Read a passage out of the Bible. I know. I don't like somebody. I bet you never saw that one coming, did you? At any rate, here we go. The good doctor.
Bomb. These civilizations went on high alert that these chimpanzees, known as humans, that had evolved to the point of having enough intellect to extinguish all life on Earth. And so we basically kicked a hornet's nest. Kennedy was the last president to make a serious effort to correct that, and that got him killed 100%.
Kennedy didn't get killed 100% because of UFOs in any way whatsoever at all. Kennedy got killed because he messed around with the dollar. He talked about breaking the CIA into 1,000 pieces. That's what got Kennedy whacked, okay? That was an all-star team. That was CIA, that was Mafia, it was everybody. Everybody shot him. But then they told the American public it was one bullet. One bullet. And they were like, that seems reasonable. That makes sense. We're good with that. But my point is that magically, suddenly, all of a sudden, there's new UFO information coming out. You know what? I can't even play him because he disgusts me. There's new UFO information where they shot it with a Hellfire missile, and the UFO took the hit, and then it just kept on going. Well, for those that don't understand this, look at this, okay? And I'm going to leave you a link for it so you can look at it for yourself. False target radar image generator for countering wideband imaging radars. What this means, long story short, is that we've had technology for quite some time, quite a long time, going all the way back to 2002, where they can literally make the military. So the boys flying the jets are looking at these things and they're like, we've got radar targets that are doing things we can't even understand. Well, that's because they're lights, dude. They're just lights. That's all. Nothing to see here. They're lights. But they don't know that because they're trained. If you make it to flying a jet fighter, you aren't awake. You do exactly what you told. You recite, repeat, and keep it going. You know what I'm saying? They trust their instruments. They trust their instructors. They trust what they're told. I know some of the smartest dudes that are literally special forces that don't get it. And it's like, how do you not get it? And then I also know some dudes that are special forces that absolutely get it. But you know what? They won't go against the home team, which makes no sense to me. The drive it took for you to become an American special forces operator that's been to several different theaters of combat to fight for America, when you find out that it's all fugazi, you don't want to do anything because, you know, I got kids, my job. It's astonishing. Money is the root of all evil, straight up, period. No two ways about it. And we're seeing that. I've met people from the DOD that watch my channel, and I'm like, are you shitting me? You watch my channel? I'm some jerk off with a laptop in a hotel room that looks exactly like a jail cell I spent time in. You watch my channel? You can make a difference. I can't, apparently. Well, we can't because jobs, you know, this, that, the other thing. You got to be willing to die to go out here and run your mouth. Straight up. Your name's out there, your address, your face is on camera every single solitary day. You know what I mean? It's amazing how many people aren't going to do anything whatsoever at all. These guys know this, and they're doing this right now. Remember this old chestnut that I showed you way back in the old days? I was talking about this the other night, but I couldn't put a finger on it. Sentient World Simulator from 1997, where they were using AI. This is the white paper right here. Continuously running model of the real world, where they had a node that represented every single solitary one of us, without our consent, of course, because F us. And they figured out what we would do in every single solitary situation we could ever encounter. UFOs, would we buy it? Purdue University, that's right. Every single solitary thing, Civil War, Russia attacking us, monsters from the sea, blah, 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 blah. They did every single solitary thing. And apparently they've drawn some pretty great conclusions because they're doing some stuff that is pretty transparent, but it's working. It's working on the masses. And then for those that aren't necessarily awake, they're arguing about the minuscule things. You know what I'm saying? They're arguing about things that are really small and don't matter. What they're presenting, what the result will be bad. It'll be more troops on the ground. To do what they're going to do, they need to have troops on the ground, and they need to have troops on the ground thinking that we're the bad guys. And that's the exact narrative that they're fabricating right now, right before our eyes, period. They want racial whites against blacks because these guys, all these trillionaires, they don't like black people. It is what it is. They can say whatever they want. Obama doesn't like black people because he would have been a real president. He would have been a real OG if he went up there, and he never did, man. He never did. Any one of them at any time could have grabbed the mic and just said 9/11. They could have said everything and then taken what's coming afterwards, but they never, ever did. Never. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen somebody make so many promises like Donald Trump did and then come in and do exactly 100% the opposite. Bring in all the people that are now center stage, richest guy on earth now. You know what I mean? All these richest guy on earth has a lot of juice, dude. Being the richest guy on earth has a lot of juice, and it's frightening who it is because Larry Ellison is the worst person ever. Apparently, he can make links disappear. I know that sounds crazy. I've never said it before, but this is the second time. I thought I had it up here, and it is completely and utterly gone. Crazy, man. Crazy. Be ready, people. Be ready. At any rate, Richie from Boston. I'm out.